Hi students, how are you? I'm Miss Wire and I'm the guidance counselor for those students whose last names start with the letter A through K. And Ms. Rasan is the guidance counselor for those students who start with their last name starts with the letter L through Z. So now that you know who your guidance counselor is, let's talk a little bit about middle school requirements. I will be speaking to you about middle school, and Ms. Rassant will be speaking to you about high school. So the first thing you need to know about middle school requirements is that in middle school we have 3 grades, and in each grade you will be receiving language arts, math, science, and social studies. Yes, you'll have different electives that you'll take, but for requirements you need to have each of those classes 3 times for the 3 years that you're here. So that means you need 3 language arts classes, 3 math, 3 science, 3 social studies classes that you need to pass before you can move to high school. Is that all you need? Nah. You still need one more thing, and that is the civics EOC. Okay? So, how do you know you passed the class? Well, that's a good question. The answer to that is you need to have at least 3 points for each one of those 4 cores in order to be promoted. Okay, so this is how the points work. Let's take a look at this right over here. We can zoom into the board. A equals 4 points. B equals 3. C equals 2. D equals 1. And F's will always equal 0. You have to have 3 points in a year to pass the class. So for example, let's move to this side. If in language arts for first quarter, let's say you got an A. How much did we say A's were worth? 4 points. So, you put a 4 next to the A. C, R equals how many points? 2. So you would put a 2. So right now we're going into progress report for second quarter. You'll get an idea of what grade you have currently and how many points you have earned so far. Let's speed it to the future. Let's say you got an A, a C, an F, and an F, which are equal zeros, right? Let's add up and see. You need 3 points to finish the year, to finish that course and pass it. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. Did you pass the class? No. The reason you didn't pass the class is because you need 1 point, at least 1 point, during the second semester. That means quarter 3 or quarter 4. So let's do a different example. Let's say you did this. Let's say for first quarter you got an F. How many points do you earn with an F? 0. Second quarter, let's say you got an F again. 0. Third quarter, you said, I really got to do better than getting F's. So you made a D, and D's are worth 1 point. C is worth how many points? 2 points. How many points do you have? 1 plus 2 equals 3. Did you pass the class? Yes, you did, because you made 3 points for the year. So now try this out yourself. Think about what was your grade first quarter for science. Let's say I think I got a B. And then for progress report, I'm sure that I'm going to get a A. A B. I'm predicting a B for third quarter. I'm predicting a B for fourth quarter. So that means 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. How much is this? 3 plus 3 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that correct? 13 points? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. Did you make more than 3? Absolutely. Most of the time, we're going to make more than 3 points. That's the goal. To guarantee that you're going to pass a class, you should not get anything less than a D. Try your best to do the highest, because the higher your grade, your letters, the higher the number, the higher your GPA. And when you get to high school, they're going to be looking at your GPA, because you can't do sports without at least the 2.0. You can't join clubs if you don't have that 2.0. So it is very important that you get the best grades that you possibly can. We're going to meet with you individually during this week. So we're going to see how you are progressing in middle school. And we're going to compare how that looks like in high school. So now I'm going to leave you with Miss Rasan, okay? And she'll tell you all about high school. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good day.
Hi guys, this is Miss Rasan here. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about high school. So the transition from middle school to high school is really exciting, but it can also be a little intimidating. You will feel a lot better though if you know the graduation requirements going in. So I wanted to go over that today. So to graduate from high school in Florida, you need at least 24 credits. So a full year class usually gives you 1 credit. So that means that every year of your 4 years, you need to earn at least 6 credits. So there are certain classes you have to take and pass to earn those 24 credits. You need 4 credits in English, 4 credits in math, and in those 4 credits of math, 1 of them is Algebra 1 and 1 of them is Geometry. And then an additional 2 credits to make up 4 total credits. You also need 3 credits of science. 1 of those has to be biology. You also need 3 credits in social studies. That includes U.S. government, which is a half a credit, economics, which is a half a credit, world history, and U.S. history, and those are both 1 whole credit classes. You'll also need 1 credit in performing arts, fine arts, or practical arts. 1 credit in health and PE. Some of you have heard that referred to as HOPE. Your school may call the course something different, but it would meet that requirement. It varies by school. You'll also need 8 credits of elective courses and 1 online course. So if you pick a course that's only 1 semester, like say peer counseling, then you just do that 1 semester and you're done with your online requirement. If you pick something like Spanish 1 and it's a 2-semester class, you have to do the whole thing online in order to get your online requirement met. Another thing we need to talk about is your GPA. That's not always super important in middle school unless you play sports, but it becomes very important in high school. So your GPA stands for grade point average. So all your classes and all the grades you get in each class combine together to give you a GPA, and it's on a 4-point scale. You have to get at least a 2.0 to graduate. And that really equates to a C average. So think about it. A's and B's are really great. C's are okay. D's and F's, if you get too many of them, they will pull you down below a 2.0. And like I said, you have to have a 2.0 to get that high school diploma. So, another thing we need to talk about is assessments. You must pass 2 benchmarks to graduate from high school. One of them is the Algebra 1 benchmark. You can meet that benchmark requirement by passing the Algebra 1 EOC at the end of the course, or by passing with a passing score on the PSAT. So don't blow off the PSAT, it's important too. You probably take that in 9th and 10th grade, and then in your junior year you'll start taking the big time tests, the SAT and the ACT, which can also give you a score to pass the Algebra 1 benchmark. You also need to pass a 10th grade reading benchmark. You can do that by passing your 10th grade FSA, or passing the SAT or ACT with a certain score. A couple of other assessments you need to know about are EOCs in some of your required courses. You have to take them in order to graduate, and they count as 30% of your final grade in that class. These classes include Algebra 1, U.S. History, Geometry, and Biology. So guys, it's really important, if you get started on the right track in high school and get on top of things your freshman year, you can set yourself up for success without all the unnecessary stress. Put yourself out there, join clubs, play sports, get connected with your counselor and your teachers. Not only will that set you up for a great high school experience, but you will open yourself up to so many opportunities after high school. There is a college or a training program out there for every one of you. There is a career out there for every one of you. And for kids that work hard, there is all kinds of scholarship money to get to go on to training programs or to college or university. So we look forward to meeting you in person so we can answer any of the questions that you or your parents have. This is an exciting time in your life. We hope you really enjoy it, and we're here to support you along the way.